got to wet your hands, and then you got to get the soap on, and then we got to rub and wash and scrub for at least 20 seconds. So whatever your method of getting 20 seconds is, you can sing to yourself, or you can count out loud, or you can watch the clock, but don't guess because you'll not go for at least 20 seconds. So after I wash, I'm going to get a new mask put on. So first I had to clean my hands, so I made sure if I touched something that had virus, I didn't have virus on my hand. And then I'm going to put on my mask. And for using cloth masks, if you're coming into work and going to use a cloth mask and you're a clinical person, so once you get to work, you're going to switch over to a medical mask. You would take your new clean cloth mask, which is now clean because you've washed it and sanitized it if you've used it before, and so you want to get it on your face so it's comfortable, and you get your mask so it fits and your glasses adjusted, and you go ahead and go. The thing about masks that you have to remember is you're wearing a mask for a purpose. The purpose is to be a filter against virus and droplets in the air. If you're protecting yourself, if you're protecting other people from you being ill, it's to protect so you're not coughing and getting droplets containing virus out into the air. So as you're wearing your mask, remember, and you're wearing it around for however long that is, the filter becomes dirty, and it might have droplets on it, it might have virus on it. So when you take it off, it's really important. You don't want to be touching this mask anywhere. You don't want to be going to the grocery store in your mask, or your nose itches so you reach up underneath with your hand now that you've been out and about, because you could have touched something and have virus on your fingers. So once you get where you're going and you're removing this mask, first you're going to wash your hands again. And if you have a sink, you go ahead and wash in the sink. If you don't have a sink and you're going to use hand sanitizer, you get the hand sanitizer on your hands, clean your hands well. And the important thing with hand sanitizer is you want enough to get all over your fingers, between your fingers, and you have to let it dry to be effective. So we're going to rub and get it all over and let it dry before I go on to doing anything else, which might take a while because I used a lot, more than I needed to. But this usually takes 30 seconds or more because you do want to let the hand sanitizer dry on your hands to kill all the virus, or at least minimize the viral load that you have on your hands that you may have picked up by touching something. So we'll let that dry a few seconds. The next thing I'm going to want is something to store my mask in. Remember, this is a dirty mask at this point, and I don't want to just be tossing it on the counter that someone may have been using and got virus on the counter, because I might want to put this mask back on at some point, so I want to protect it. The best way to do that is to have a paper bag. So the next thing I'm going to do is get my clean paper bag and get it opened up to put my cloth mask in. Once I got my bag ready to drop my mask in, I'm going to remove my mask. But the important thing is I don't touch the dirty filter part of the mask. I remove it with my clean hands, grasping the straps, if you have ear straps like this one has, or untying the straps and taking it off. Then at that point, without touching the mask, I can simply drop it in my bag, and it's ready to be stored. And when I go to put that mask back on, I can simply reach in and grab it by the ear straps again, pull it out and put it back on. And that way I've not contaminated my mask on the inside, especially if I'm protecting myself, by laying it on a counter or on a surface that could be contaminated. Now, if I'm a clinical person and came to work, I've just sanitized my hands, so I should be clean, but I did touch the earpieces of my mask, so I did touch something. So I'm going to wash again, and if I have a sink available, I'll go ahead and start the sink, get my hands damp, then put the soap on, and then again scrub, singing happy birthday to myself, even though it's not my birthday, to make sure I do this for 20 seconds. Hopefully that was 20 seconds. I might have rushed it a little bit. And then I'm going to dry my hands off. And then I'll reach into the box of new masks, and I just have a single new mask here, but this is a new clean mask, so I can go ahead and grab it now with my clean hands and pick it up. And I'm going to fit it to my face like I normally would to go to work. Run my finger down the nose piece to bend it into place so it fits my face and won't fog my glasses. And now I'll go off to see patients for the day. Now, as long as I'm not in a highly contaminated area, I can wear this mask for a period of time. So I'll go about my business, but the same rules apply here. I'm not going to touch this mask because it becomes dirty. I'm not going to reach up underneath it. I'll go and see patients. If it gets to a point where this mask gets wet or it gets soiled, I need to change it. And the same rules that we went through with the cloth mask apply here. I would first want to clean my hands, and I'm not going to go through the whole process for the sake of time, but I would hand sanitizer or soap and water is probably the best at the sink. Clean your hands. Then once you're clean, buy the earpieces again without touching the mask. I take it off, and now I can discard this throwaway mask and get a new one if I need a new one, or if I'm getting ready to go home, I would turn around to my paper bag with my clean hands now, reach in and grab by the earpiece straps only, my mask, put it back on my face, not touch the mask, and I'm ready to go out the door to my car. I can take my bag with me to drop my mask in when I get in my car, so when I get home, what I will do with this mask when I get home is I'll properly launder it and sanitize it, and we'll find something to put out on our website to tell you how to do that, to take care of your cloth masks, so you can do that properly. It's important that we pay attention to how we use masks. Some of us have old habits, especially with the old tie masks. You'll see people with the mask and they go to talk to somebody. I've seen this many times. They'll untie it, flip it around, take this dirty mask then that's tied around their neck, and it flips down against their chest. What you've just done is taken this mask, which may have collected droplets with virus and have a virus load, and it's now on your shirt. And then you reach up to grab your name tag, where I'm wearing mine today, and I've just touched my shirt, which now may be contaminated with virus as well. So it's important not to take these masks off, be holding them around in your fingers, because now I've got the potential I contaminated my hand, or I may have contaminated the inside of my mask, and now I turn around and put this back on my face, and I, with just a little bit of carelessness, may have just increased my chance of picking up that virus into the mucous membranes and actually catch a disease because of the virus. So mask wearing and use seems so simple, but it's so easy to do the wrong thing. So those are the basic things we need to pay attention to.